Welcome to NBA 2K20 and Season 6 of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. We got you covered this season with everything NBA 2K20, including in-game event updates, gameplay tips, and your favorite NBA superstar interviews, and of course, conversations with you, the community.
Now, nearly every mode of the game has changed this year, and we encourage you to explore each and every one of them.
I'm so excited about so many things with NBA 2K20, including the brand new My Player Builder.
Now, I'm dressed like a 99 overall, of course, but I cannot say the same for this guy right here.
I'm dressed like a 60 overall. You know why, Alexis? Because your journey starts in this same attire. So before you get started,
lots of energy.
North of the border, in Toronto, the setting for the Magic. The big man with a touch as soft as a feather. Nikola Vucevic getting locked in and ready to lead the way for his team as they prepare to do battle at Scotiabank Arena. Magic Raptors is next.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
All right, everybody, welcome. Tonight we have the Orlando Magic facing off against the Toronto Raptors. Looking at the last game for the Raptors, it was a win against the Bulls. Feeling confident after a runaway win. We'll see if they carry over some of that momentum. And a chance to see Markelle Fultz, over 40% from deep in college. Shaq, this team needs him to be able to come in and score the ball.
Yeah, he's had some problems, but it'll come with time. You know, a lot of pressure being that.
Broadcasting live, 2K Sports presents the NBA. It's Monday night. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. Here's a look at the schedule for the Magic. On Wednesday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. Then on Friday, they'll be matching up against Eric Bledsoe and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And for that game against...
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, the Toronto Raptors rolled the dice last season and gambled on acquiring...
The first title in franchise history, DA. Such a huge moment for the team, city, and the country of Canada. A look at the Magic starting group. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. DJ Augustine out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Isaac.
And also make plays somewhat like a guard. But the biggest thing is if they can rebound and able to guard smaller guys, this will make them great.
Interesting. Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Siakam. Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. Johnson, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Kyle Lowry. VanVleet with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. There's the triple. That one doesn't go. The Magic go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, that huge double OT win. That's something you don't quickly forget. I love the action, the intensity, and boy, did they play some phenomenal basketball.
For Orlando, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Toronto. A steal. Here's Jay. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And even though he was undrafted, I'm not surprised to see Che end up on an NBA team. You knew the talent was there, and Che put in the time to crack an NBA roster.
You know, Greg, I honestly was shocked that no team took a chance on Che in the second round. A lot of front offices might be wanting a do-over if Che ends up sticking with this team. And Greg, last season, the best scoring average of Serge Ibaka's career.
Even with a down year as far as his three-point shooting, Ibaka's still very efficient, getting more of his offense around the rim, playing some at the 5.
Passes it to Jay. The 3. The rebound by Johnson. Toronto's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's covered by Murray. Van Vliet looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Hollis Jefferson finds Van Vliet over Fultz. It's hauled in by the Magic. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Johnson goes in. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
This is what the teams expect to get from Johnson. Someone who can make tough shots in the face of good defense.
Pass to Jay. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In fourth, the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance. And Raptors president of basketball operations, Masai Ujiri, not just doing an amazing job in Toronto, he's also had a huge role in the growing of the game in Africa.
Growing up in Nigeria, he fell in love with the game of basketball, and he has worked his way up. Now he's given a hand back, building pathways for others to follow in his footsteps, bringing the development and leadership to the continent.
Van Vliet passes to Ibaka. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And in recent seasons, we've seen Serge Ibaka involved in some extracurriculars. He can get a little chippy out there.
Yes, indeed. Last season, he had a 3-game suspension. Penalties can escalate for repeat offenders, something he's got to be aware of.
The Magic trail by 3. Outside Fournier. Now Aminu. 11 points for him in that last game against Atlanta.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Johnson's shot is off.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Coaches talk about young players needing to experience the playoffs to understand that level. Smitty, why is that so hard to simulate without going through it?
Kevin, reasons why is in the playoffs, everything is taken to another level. Also, you're seeing this team night in and night out. They know your plays. You know their plays. It comes down to just execution, and you can't have careless turnovers or those brain freezes you have in the regular season.
The Raptors making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Orlando's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Now the pass to Jay. To the middle. And the layup's good off the glass. Jay's got it all tied up now for the Magic. And Jay, no stranger to success as a pro basketball player. You know, Greg, he's already been on a championship team in the Summer League.
And that was a fantastic showing from Che during the Summer League tournament. I know a lot of fans will disregard any success that happens before the regular season, but it was hard to ignore the energy that Che played with.
Now here's Fultz. Covered by Van Vliet. Fournier passes to Jay. Now the Raptors moving it up. Johnson from outside drains the three-pointer. And now a 5-point Toronto lead.
Nice confidence builder. This has been Johnson's Achilles heel, consistency from range.
Passes to Jay. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Jay's got his third basket of the night right there. Here's Anunoby. He's guarded by Fournier. An accomplished family for Anunoby. His father's a professor. His brother played pro football.
And OG Anunoby, he's put together like a football player himself. A powerfully built player for a wing.
That free throw, no good. 2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
Thomas checked in for OG Anunoby. .36 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And here is Van Vliet. Down low, Thomas with the ball. Now guarded by Jay. Thomas kicks to Van Vliet. From the arc. And Bamba pulls it down. Inside. Jay, the pass to Bamba. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. The Raptors going out now with a whole new group. For Toronto, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. A free throw drops for Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka has gone through a lot of roles since he's entered the league. Now pretty much a shot-blocking stretch 4.
On the wings, Powell and Anunoby. Marc Gasol is out there with Ibaka, and it's Lowry in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Pass to Powell. Gasol against Vucevic. That's good, and the Orlando lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Marc Gasol.
Marc Gasol is battling. Even with the defender all over him, he kept his focus.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23. And he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. And after winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Lowry for 3. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
You saw the quickness of Lowry there, how he can stop on a dime and go up for the shot.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. You know, the league is trying to maximize competition, Steve, and flatten the draft lottery odds has been one way to do it. Will that be enough, or is there still work to be done in that regard?
You know, I love the way they've done it so far, but I still think they can tweak it even more, and we'll get a better product on the floor where teams get a chance to compete for all 82 games. I like what I'm seeing right now.
And the pass to Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in.
When shots go up, one thing about Ibaka, he gets to the right place at the right time.
To the inside. Here's Murray. It's blocked. Now the Raptors moving it up. Pulls up. but they recover it. Here's Ibaka. That shot is off.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Here's Jay. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Well, Che got on to the floor for the first time last game. Coach clearly liked what he saw, enough to send Che out here for another go. Can't argue with him the way Che has played.
Nope, not at all. With the way Che came in and immediately able to leave his mark on the game, it would have been hard not to give him another run out there tonight.
That's what you get from a veteran playmaker. If you get open, Lowry will find you.
Lowry against Augustine. The dish now to Ross. Passes it to Jay. It's stolen by Ibaka, and Jay gets the whistle that time. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Raptors have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
You know, the 5-time All-Star Kyle Lowry has made a career of proving his doubters wrong. You ask me, I think he's still underrated.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Evan Fournier's checked in for Murray, and Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And you ask Lowry, he's always felt underestimated. Smitty, what do people overlook about him?
You know, I think, Kevin, is his defense, first and foremost. He's a top 10 point guard at both ends of the floor. That's what makes him very special.
1:53 left in the first half. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Outside Fournier. Here's Fultz. A 14-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
Great vision there from Ross to find the open man.
Powell finds Ibaka. And Ibaka slams it in. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And he knocks down the first one. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. And he can't hit the second.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The 17-footer. Fultz, no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Siakam kicks to Lowry. Lets it go from deep. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
Building off a solid first quarter. He's been lights out here in the second.
Fades back. Good D by Siakam. Raptors leading by 3. Here's Powell. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 4th assist in this one. Over to the wing. Vucevic to the pass to Jay. Rejected by Gasol.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
And the Magic making a change here. Left side Fournier. To the paint. Here's Jay. Good D by Siakam.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Kyle Lowry firing on. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Heads up, let's get this done. Che, you heard what Coach said. All right, we see your effort out there. All right, just keep doing what you're doing.
About me, man, I want to win.
All right, we all want to win. All right, the only thing you can control is you. All right, so just give us a half like you just did, and whatever happens, you know you didn't cheat it. That's all you can do. All right. All right.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. It's been one outstanding game from Jay.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store.
And Orlando has possession. Down by 12. Magic moving the ball around. Fultz the pass to Aminu. Poke loose. Now the Raptors moving it up. Here's Van Vliet, and it's blocked. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu. Orlando on D. Outside Fournier. Here's Jay. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. The New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. And then on Friday, they'll take on Chris Middleton and the Milwaukee Bucks. Fournier against Siakam. Shot clock at 6.
That's terrific play on the ball by Serge. He's been first team all defense several times.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Raptors leading by 10. Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. Back to Van Vliet. Trying to get open is Ibaka. Count that one from Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 9.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
The feed to Fournier. To the wing right side. Now, here's Aminu. Pass to Fournier. That's tipped. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Pascal Siakam. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 17 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yes, night in and night out, he's their go-to option. He accepts that responsibility and thrives at it.
And Toronto making a change here. Lowry's checked in. And there's the pass to Siakam. Floats it up there for Siakam. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Fultz kicks to Aminu. To the middle. Here's Birch. Lays it up off the glass. Birch has got 6 here in this quarter.
He is really shouldering the load on the offensive end and doing an outstanding job. But he needs the rest of his team to step up.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Passes it to Aminu. Right wing. Inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. And they're running. Hollis Jefferson finds Van Vliet. Puts it up from 12. Aminu grabs the miss.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Fast break, Toronto. Here's Siakam. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And the Raptors took some heat for parting ways with reigning Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey. But his successor, Nick Nurse, guided this franchise to an NBA title.
Tremendous self-belief and determination. The only NBA head coach who was also a head coach in college, the G League, and overseas. He's been preparing for this for a long time. Well, last season, Pascal Siakam more than doubled his scoring. Dramatic improvement as a shooter from the perimeter and the line.
And we've seen his shooting improve. But Siakam also very dangerous off the bounce.
Yeah, reason why, Kevin, he's becoming a great ball handler. They trust him to press the attack and to get into the lane.
Augustine passes to Fournier. Pass to Birch. Goes back up. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Jay. And Jay, the rookie for this team, you know, Greg, he is a little bit of a rarity in the league. He stayed all 4 years in college.
And I know many people were shocked to see Che stay all 4 years as his stock dropped and dropped every year. But a lot of questions were asked about why he chose to stay, but he's trying to put that all behind him and make the most of the fact that he's here now.
Lowry finds Van Vliet. Over Augustine. Van Vliet with the bucket. Van Vliet's got 6 here in this quarter.
Terrific use of his body to open up space on the inside.
To the inside, here's Jay, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Siakam.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That's good from Jay. Both free throws good from Jay. 1:15 left to play in the third. Siakam inside, and it's blocked. Now, here's Aminu. Tight defense on him. Birch the pass to Jay. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. He's gone 7 of 10 from the free throw line tonight. And the first one at the line is good.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Raptors leading by 8. Down low, here's Siakam. Comes up empty down low.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. Pass to Van Vliet. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Here's Fournier. Tries again. Jay. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there. The first one falls. Both free throws good from Jay. Here is Lowry. He's got 20. Over Augustine, and the jumper falls for him. That's now 22 points for Kyle Lowry.
And if you needed a reminder as to why Lowry's an all-star, check the scoring column.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And as we head into the There's the pass to Isaac. Launches it. And that one is off. And so it's Toronto winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Allen, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.
Jay, you led the team in blocks tonight. Is this something you're looking to do more of going forward?
Man, I saw you and your family, man. Y'all look good. But to answer your question, you know what? I always want to add to my game. And if there's something I'm not good at, I'm going to keep working on it until I get great. Anything else?
No.
No?
I'm good.
Got what I
guys,
needed.
thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jay.
Hey, man. You got that stuff again?
Can I grab you for a second, Jay?
Yeah, what's up?
You set a new career high in points scored tonight. Don't you think you deserve a bigger role on the team?
I'm happy to take on whatever role Coach asks of me. If he wants me to score more, I can do that. If he wants me to facilitate, I can do that too. My job is to be ready at all times.
Good stuff. Anything else?
You trying to set me up, Vin? Seems like it.
Jay, I would never. Unless you feel like giving me a real soundbite.
Nah, not at all, man. I'll catch you later, all right?
All right, all right.
How's he liking the city?
Oh, he's loving it. Loving it a lot more now he's gotten off the bench, too. There he is!
Hey, guys.
Shay, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Take a seat, fellas.
Yeah,
Let's
cool.
talk.
Yeah.
So, I want you to meet Don, the rep from Jordan.
Big fan of yours, Jay. It's really great to meet you.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm excited to be here with you.
I think it's safe to say we're all excited about potentially working together.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do you say we just jump right in, start talking contracts?
Yeah, let's do it. Works for me.
Let's do it. Pretty painless, huh?
For you, maybe, but I gotta justify these numbers to my bosses.
Don, that is no way to treat your new star.
Look, man, you know I'm just playing, right? Nothing but love over here. Seriously, Che, we are really excited to bring you into the Jordan family, and we think this partnership's got a great future.
I appreciate that, Don.
First of all, I'd like to thank all of you for joining us today. You know, whenever you get an athlete of Che's caliber to join your team, that's a reason to celebrate. And the Jordan team is thrilled to have him on board. All right, I know you all want to talk to him, so we'll get right to it and toss it to Che for questions.
Ted the man, what's up?
Congrats on the new deal, Che. So what's it mean to sign a deal like that at this stage of your career?
You know, it's pretty cool to know that someone thinks highly enough of you to have you represent them, but, you know, for me, I'm always going to focus more on winning, on the team, and being a better basketball player. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? Basketball comes first, and this stuff, it comes second. Okay, I'll take another question. Vinny, what's up?
Now that you got all that shoe deal money, you planning on splurging a little?
Oh, I'm gonna splurge a little.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Let's see, I'm gonna buy myself a Lambo.
That's a crazy expensive car, isn't it?
Well, I'm a crazy talented individual. It comes with the territory, Vin. Come on.
All right, we got time for one more question. Patty.
Any plans to release a signature shoe?
I mean, that would be cool if it happened, I guess, but I don't really think about all that. I leave that to Don and the marketing team.
All right, that's all the time we have questions for. I want to thank everybody for attending, and of course to Che, too, for being so kind to give us a few minutes during his busy schedule.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, Patty, we got to sit down for the interview.
You know it.
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, what you working on? This is where things count, right here.
Come on in. Now, we need to put our heads down and grind if we don't want to have another game like that last one. Now get after it. Let's go! We have got to find a way to create more scoring opportunities in transition. Today, we gotta work on getting easier buckets in transition.
You got it, come on, man.
Use the screen. Shot. Pressure. That's what we need right there. Nice work. All right, let's move on. Turn it up! Turn it up! Yeah, let's go. Let's do it!
Keep it going.
And one.
One more. Now we're rolling.
Focus!
Let's go.
Way to finish strong. Let's set up this next drill. Let's get it started, man. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. And one. Give me that. Get that out of here, fool! Hey! With the foul!
Just like that.
Shut up! Go get it! Way to finish, man! Way to finish strong. Let's set up this next drill. You got it. Come on, man. And the foul. Hey, watch that. Come to me, come to me. Shoot it. Hey, man, get mine. Give me that.
Get your head in the game.
And one. great practice. Now get out there and put up some more shots.
My career in NBA 2K20 brings the brand new My Player Builder, giving you unprecedented control over your My Player's build. Once you've tested your build at whichever overall you'd like, experience the star-studded story when the lights are brightest. The neighborhood is back, and we'll have more for you on the tons of new 2K Compete events next week. My team has evolved with new card types and daily agendas and features all year long. Check out the revamped Triple Threat and Spotlight challenges and packs featuring our 2K20 Legend Edition cover athlete, Dwayne Wade. Get your lineup ready for the $250,000 My Team Unlimited tournament and get exclusive tips, tricks, and even locker codes from Robbie and the
These guys are hammers and whatever. They're not in shape. They're gonna do the most suicide there is. That's what I hate about that.
.2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. It's the .2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight's game held at Amway Center. It's the Orlando Magic going up against the New York Knicks. Looking at the last game for New York, it was a win against Chicago. They struggled in this matchup last season. Only one win for them through 4 games. They'd like to make a statement tonight. And guys, we'll see Che.
And a look at the Knicks earlier on. Check out the focus they've got coming off that bus. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A spectacular sight as we approach our broadcast location in downtown Orlando through the air. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They're still in the bottom third of the league, but see a little bump up in the rankings.
And right now for the Magic, they're just right now outperforming those preseason predictions. And that's because they're getting help from some unlikely sources.
So the New York starting 5, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Payton is out there with Trier, and it's Barrett at the 3 slot. And for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon. So a new group on the floor for Orlando, and a new group in for the Knicks. Portis, he's checked in for Robinson. Morris comes in for Randall. Kevin Knox is checked in for Alonzo Trier. And Ellington is subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Here's Morris. That one off the back iron and out.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
And the basket by Knox.
Well, Knox finding his way around the rim and then pretty versatile to finish.
The Magic trail by 6. Pass to Jay. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Morris. Here's Barrett. That one wide left.
Yeah, I have no idea why he went with the fadeaway there. The defense was nowhere near him, and he should have just kept it simple.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
Outside Portis. Sinks the triple. And the Knicks lead by 7.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach David Fizdale. He's tried to remain upbeat about their performance this season, even though they have not played at the level of the elite teams in the league. He said the effort's been there, we just haven't gotten the results we've been hoping for. They continue to try to find answers. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thanks.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
Now, here's Barrett. He's covered by Murray. Barrett, no good. The Magic trail by 7. To the middle, here's Jay, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
The Magic have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. The Knicks making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. That free throw good from Jay. And so here is New York. And here's Barrett. Morris outside. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Morris has got his second basket of the night.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gibson.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Here's Jay. Murray outside. To the inside. Shot clock at 5.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Morris, no good.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Yep, it counts. That's 7 points for Jay.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
To the paint. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Barrett. And it's 6 points for Marcus Morris.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Onto the bounce pass. The pass to Murray. And stolen by Portis. Here's Morris. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together.
The Knicks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
That's good from Payton. Seems like nearly everyone, Brent, can shoot the 3. Records being broken every year. How long do you think this age of shooting is going to last?
The tipping point I'm not sure where that is, but the fact that the Houston Rockets in the past 2 seasons have done what it is that they've done, shooting more threes than twos for 2 consecutive seasons, is just a mind-boggling thing for me, Kevin. I think.
But where has it gotten?
Well, I think that we're kind of at
the tipping point.
I think we are at the tipping point. I don't know how much more you can do, but the teams that are seeing those other teams having success with it are trying to emulate it without the talent that you have. So the next few years are going to be interesting to see how it is or where it is that a transformative player maybe brings the game back towards inside the three-point line, or what strategies change to create even more three-point shots.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Marcus Morris is out there with Randall. Then there's Payton, and it's Knox in at the 3. Here's Payton. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Randall outside. Rob. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Feeds it to Augustine. Good work there as it goes. Augustine's got his first points in this one.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And Morris throws it down.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Outside Fournier. Back to Augustine. Pass to Jay. Lets it go from 14. Knicks with the rebound.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings.
And in that matchup with the Pistons, it's a chance for them to come out and knock off the top dog in the league. A win there can be a big step forward for this team.
Taj Gibson's checked in for New York. Gordon against Payton. Pass to Knox. Clock is at 3. Over Augustine. Knox misses. The Magic trail by 8. Lob pass to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Knocked away. And now, here comes Augustine leading the break.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Pass to Trier for the 3. No good there. And it's the Magic taking it the other way. Augustine finds Isaac. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
Yeah, and Isaac, he just makes dunking look easy. It has an incredible reach and quickly gets up off the floor to throw that one down.
Here's Payton. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Now Augustine, he had a 21-point outing in their last game against Toronto.
Well, the thing he did most was fluster the defense. I really liked how he showed no fear and constantly attacked the lane and drew contact, which in turn got him the free throws.
Payton looking around. Knox. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Kevin Knox was a bit of a mixed bag in his rookie season, and that's to be expected on a team that didn't have a tremendous amount of consistent talent on the floor. He struggled with his scoring and showed some flashes shooting the ball. It'll be interesting in year 2 where it is that Kevin Knox has made some improvements in the offseason.
Markelle Fultz has checked in for the Magic. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Ellington's checked in. Gibson with the steal. Payton up top, guarded by Fultz. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Payton. That's 12 points for Marcus Morris. And with Knox, Brent, the athleticism is clearly there.
Oh, he can get up and down with the best of them, and can rise up and do some exciting things, but for Kevin Knox, it's about consistency. Can he get to some spots on the floor where every night he's capable of making plays, whether that's for him or doing something off the bounce? That's the next step for Kevin Knox.
Payton outside. The pass to Knox. Clock at 6. Outside Gibson. Payton outside. From deep. Second shot opportunity. The shot will not fall. Gordon with the defensive effort.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
New York's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Outside Fournier. Fultz the pass to Gordon. Jay defended by Gibson. Can't get it to fall. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. 36 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Morris. Offensive rebound. Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Yeah, I'm sure the scouting report had something like put a body on Taj Gibson. That time the defense did not.
Inside, here's Gordon, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Orlando, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far. Ken Burge has checked in for the Magic. There it's checked. 5 seconds left here in the second. Here's Fultz. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Knicks lead by 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the last few games you have been on fire, and it's carried over to tonight. What's gotten into you these last few games?
Hey, GA, I think I've just gotten to a nice groove with the rest of the guys, man. And like right now, it's like we're reading, each other's minds. That's resulting in a lot of easy chances for me. And I'm just enjoying the rides with my teammates, man.
Looks like Group ESP to me. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's. Both teams will make substitutions. Fultz with the ball. Here's Jay. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Jay's got the lead up to 7 now for the Magic.
I really like the awareness from Fultz. It has an ability to know when one of his guys is wide open.
Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Mohamed Bamba is out there with Jay, and it's Aminu in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Ellington kicks to Randall, and the 3 ball is good. Randall's got 13.
Well, improving his three-point range and confidence and rhythm from the three-point line, that's opening up some things for Julius Randle.
Here's Jay. Rebounded by Knox.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in and night out.
All right, thank you very much, David. That free throw, good from Jay. Brent, offensive versatility, all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
And Orlando making a change here. Fournier is checked in. From 17 feet out, Ross grabs the board. Magic leading by 5. Gibson with the steal. Here's Barrett. He's got 9. Passes to Randall. Shoots over Bamba. That's good from Randall on the assist by Barrett. Randall's got 15.
Well, fleshing out his offensive attack here, Randall comfortable from that range to knock one down.
No good from Jay. Knicks trail by 3. Knocks the pass to Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Pass to Aminu. Orlando moving the ball around. The feed to Randall. To the inside. Gibson. Great pass to set up the lay-in. 11 points in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Fournier finds Aminu. It's tipped.
And that's number 4. Definitely something to keep track of as we move forward.
The Knicks have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. That free throw, no. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. Trailing by 13 on the court for the Knicks. Bobby Portis out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Robinson. Then it's Taj Gibson. And it's Payton in at the point. To the paint, here's Jay. Doesn't go for him. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Randall passes to Portis. Misses from close range. Magic leading by 13. Down low. Here's Jay. The basket is good. The assist from Augustine. Augustine's got his 8th assist in the game. Payton against Augustine. Here's Randall. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Vucevic.
Well, he goes in there and you're worried about getting bumped if you're a defender by Julius Randle, not the other way around. So physical.
A different look for New York. There it comes in for Portis, and it's Trier in for Taj Gibson.
A disappointing trip to the line there. Even though it was just one miss, now is not the time to be missing those.
6 to shoot. Augustine with it, out defended by Randall, and the shot drops as they pick up 2 points from Jay. Jay's got 9 points here in the second half.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Orlando.
Well, the one thing that jumps out in this game is the free throw shooting, which they did a much better job at.
Absolutely. A big plus. And oftentimes your performance at the line can be the difference in a game. And I think tonight we saw that.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Vucevic.
And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else could match as he chased down those rebounds.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Isaac with the steal. And they can just let the clock run out here.
Cannot argue with the W.
They grab their own miss. Pass to Augustine. Kicks to Ross. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Great win for this team, and you, Che, were able to score at will down the stretch. Why were you able to carry the load tonight?
Well, I just kept finding myself in positions where I could finish a play. You know, a lot of this game is about matchups, and the team saw I had some opportunities, and we were able to execute as a group.
Well, you all were playing for each other, and that was evident tonight. Congratulations on the win. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Great win, fellas. Great win.
Again.
Good game, good game. Hey, let me get that shoe. Let me get that shoe for my kid. Come on, man. Get a picture. Hey, yeah. Over here.
You said to yourself,
All right, bro, peace.
Hey, Che, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
This is your first time leading the team in scoring. Do you think that helped you become more of a leader overall?
I think you have to earn that over time. You have to prove you're consistent. Anybody can be a scorer, right? But it takes a lot more to be a leader. And honestly, I don't think I'm there yet. Great.
Thanks, Che.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, how you been, man? Stay focused on your workout.
Everyone, listen up. That was a great team effort last night. Keep that energy up, and we can do great things. Now let's get to work. Our goal today is to fine-tune our transition defense. We gotta limit easy scores. Coaches, set up the drill. Let's get it, fellas.
Turn it up! Turn it up!
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. One more. Hey, he can ball, huh?
That's what we need right there. Nice work. All right, let's move on.
Keep it going.
Go. Okay, let's move on to the next drill.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
Come on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Shot! Shot!
Way to get it. Just like that.
Put it back! Put it back!
Let's go.
There we go. Okay, let's move on to the next drill. Turn it up! Turn it up!
Not in here! Now we're rolling. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Get it started, man. Let's get it started.
Now that we're done, get out there and put up some shots.
Is the launch.
MyGM has opened up for all to compete for the NBA championship and rise up the leaderboards. My League continues to be the deepest and most customizable franchise mode ever created, joined by the WNBA season mode. With a WNBA exclusive commentary team,
with analysts Brian Banafitemi and Tim Schwartz, I'm Blake Zuniga, and we're glad to have you with us.
and an accurate playoff structure, you can win the WNBA championship with your favorite team for the first time in NBA 2K. Play Now is your spot to jump right into NBA 2K20. Take your favorite players to the street in Blacktop and compete in Play Now online with 6 new historic teams for you to use against the competition. NBA 2K20 also features new decade teams. Ready to end the debate?
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives for both teams, as we're just about ready to get this one started.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Magic in Orlando.
Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, giving us the rundown from the sideline courtside, David Aldridge. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Milwaukee, third best record here in the early going. And, of course, there's the Magic tied up with them.
And right now for the Bucks, they had a few critics coming in.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. D.A.?
Well, almost all of the Greek Freak's points come in the paint.
You're right, D.A. It'll be scary. Thanks. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. And it's Bledsoe in at the point. And for the Magic, Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. At the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon. On the floor for Orlando. And then for Milwaukee, Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Korver in for Wesley Matthews. And that one misses. Doris, who are some of your favorite players to interact with, interview, and question as you go through the season?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many guys. I think, certain people really give a lot of thought to their answers. So a Kyrie Irving, he wants to explain what he's thinking. He's willing to share and take a moment and consider the question. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Damian Lillard, all of these guys, when I ask a question, Kev, they'll pause for a moment, consider the question, and then respond. And for somebody who's got to interview, there's nothing greater than having those guys willing to take some time with me.
Well, Doris, and you always get great answers from them, too. So there's a great rapport there, I can see. No good from Jay.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And to Antetokounmpo. The kick out to Hill. Back to Antetokounmpo over Ross. And it's off the back rim. No good.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
It's stolen by Korver. Here's Hill. And the shot goes in. And the Bucks lead by 6.
Well, that's strength and savvy from the veteran George Hill. Despite the defense's best effort, he does a great job finishing.
Out to the right wing. Here's Jay. The Magic again can't hit.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Antetokounmpo finds Hill. Floats it up for Giannis. It's stolen by Fultz. Pass to Ross. And Ross with the slam.
Boy, there aren't many who can finish better at the rim on the move than Terrence Ross. How about the finish?
Bucks leading by 4. And here's Giannis. He's coming off a 25-point game against the Celtics in Boston.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Lopez dishes to Giannis. 5 on the clock. The Bucks keep it going. A new 14-second clock. And he's able to get it back. Count that bucket. And it's Fultz with the ball for Orlando. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, Greg, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
And Lopez throws it down.
Well, we've seen this over the course of George Hill's career. So savvy, finding the open man.
Murray outside. Here's Jay, fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And watching Jay, you can see that he is starting to put in the extra work in the gym. It takes a lot of reps to make it in the NBA, and the results are starting to show.
Well, you said it. It isn't just the skill improvement. Extra workouts go a long way in building camaraderie with the rest of your team. All those things are right in there. And Greg, after this season, Antetokounmpo will be eligible to sign a Supermax extension. The Bucks want him to stay happy.
The loss of Malcolm Brogdon last summer definitely stung. Trying to control costs, but you don't want to take a step back with Giannis' decision looming. And here's a look at the stats for Hill. Some last season stats for him. He was around 7 points per, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
And the Magic, one of those franchises that's still looking for its first title.
And Greg, they've been to the NBA Finals twice, but boy, did they run up against 2 of the all-time great individual closers in history. 1995, Hakeem Olajuwon says no to the Magic. 2009, the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, says, no, sir, I'm getting another championship.
Lopez outside. From deep three-point range, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic. Ahmed Bamba. The Magic trail by 5. Team swap here for Milwaukee. The Magic have gone 8 of 13 from the free throw line. Evan Fournier. That one drops. He ties it up. A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
That's a good way to look at it. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the 5, roaming the paint. Bledsoe looking around. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
What incredible upper body strength. Bledsoe able to finish through punishing blows.
Isaac kicks to Fournier. Orlando moving the ball around. Pass to Vucevic. Wants to get it to Antetokounmpo and does. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, and we know because of Bledsoe's power, guys can't push this guy around. That time it results in an and one.
This is his 2nd trip to the line in this one.
And he shot foul shots at about a 75% clip a season ago.
Vucevic to the pass to Isaac. No good on the triple. Bucks leading by 4. Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now defended by Jay. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Bledsoe against Augustine. Here's the lob. Antetokounmpo.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Over in the corner, Isaac. Takes the 3. No good that time. And Milwaukee the other way now. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Here's Jay, and good! Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
That's a fantastic shot making this quarter after struggling a bit in the first.
Bledsoe finds Middleton. Outside Matthews. The 11-footer. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Jay, Antetokounmpo defending. Here's Jay. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Antetokounmpo's got his 6th rebound on the night. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December. And then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball. I think he will." Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Now it's a 7-point Milwaukee lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Hey, Clark, while we have a moment, let's show you the list of players who put up the most points last year. 3rd is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Shots good by Bledsoe. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 9 now for the Bucks.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Bledsoe against Augustine. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining. Passes it to Isaac, and they get it. Milwaukee with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And missing your free throws usually changes the complexion of a game. Certainly did in that one.
You know this, Greg. Nothing gets a crowd into the game more than a bunch of missed free throws. That's one of the worst things you can do on the road.
They get it back. Basket good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Here's Jay. Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And Jay gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. For the Magic, Khem Birch comes in for Vucevic. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Augustine.
And that's his 4th foul. It would not...
Here's Giannis. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. And the shot is good. Giannis has got 12 points in the game.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the 3rd quarter started. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You know Eric Bledsoe. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Hill in for Eric Bledsoe. Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Bamba is out there with Jay, and it's Murray in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Assist from... Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Here's Jay. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Lopez inside. He's against Bamba. Lopez with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Murray outside to the middle. And the shot goes in from Jay. Jay's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
The pass to Connaughton. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Magic.
Well, you can see why the defense dared him to shoot it. That's not really his spot.
Jay, good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists now tonight.
Boy, he's been cooking, but the teammates, he's just not getting a lot of support from them.
Hill dishes to Lopez. Here's Hill. They get a hand on it. 6 on the shot clock. And Connaughton has it in the corner. And up the court come the Magic on the break. And Ross with the slam.
Well, talk about wasting no time. The ball pushed into the open floor, and Ross finishes before the defense can react.
Bucks leading by 23. It's Hill on the wing, guarded by Fultz. Now here is Hill. Bamba with the block.
I'll tell you, the kind of lockdown defender Mo Bamba can be. Send it back, young man.
Orlando making some changes. Ken Burge is checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Aminu comes in for Murray. And Evan Fournier is subbed in for Markelle Fultz. 6 to shoot. Hill, no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That will be foul number 5 on him.
That's his 5th personal foul. 13 foul.
Hill passes to Lopez. Out to the right wing. Here's Connaughton. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Orlando, they've gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his 4th.
Yeah, easy call. And the coaching carousel in Orlando for a few years has now become a point of stability.
Greg, there is no doubt Steve Clifford has done an amazing job in such a very short window of time. And that's after overcoming his own individual health concerns that forced him to take a 21-game leave of absence. What an incredible turnaround for the team and for Cliff himself.
Deep 2 from Hill, but they'll get another chance. And they get it back. Here's Lopez trying to end the drought. Fournier pulls it down.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort, you see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
That's good from Jay. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And so Hill will bring it up for the Bucks. Pass to Connaughton. It's back to Hill. Lopez outside. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's the aggressiveness by Robin Lopez. He doesn't shy away from contact.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
Here's Aminu. Buries it down low.
You have to have the vision to find the open man. Beautiful pass.
Milwaukee leading by 19 points. Ilyasova with the ball.
And he has to take that long.
Nine seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Hill deciding where to go with it. So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done.
And that'll do it, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Looking good out there. Hey, let's get a picture. Hey, high five. Come on. Good job, guys. Come on. Hey, man. Hey. All right, let me get a picture, though. Yeah. Come on.
Brand new everything.
You know what I like about a new season, Hornet? The games. Well, yeah, of course.
I'm itching for some NBA action, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I like is how everyone thinks they know how things are going to play out, and every year there are surprises, and every single year that's what happens. Look at Sacramento last year. Everyone counted them out, and they won, what, 40 games, something like that? 39. Right, which wasn't like incredible, but people were saying they were going to be one of the worst teams in the league. So for me, those kinds of surprises are something I really look forward to. And speaking of which, we're going to hit you with some preseason power rankings. But first, a couple of songs for you. We'll be right back with more Hank and the Hornet, only on 98.9 The Flex. Get hip or get stuck.
How's it going? Hey, need some help?
Bring it in, fellas. One game won't break our season, but let's not make losing a habit. Let's get after it hard today. I have to say, I am disappointed in our defensive effort. The only way to win games is to get stops. All right, let's get set up and start practice.
You got it, you got it. Come on, man. Hey, he can ball, huh? Stay there!
Outstanding effort. Now let's set up the next drill.
Yeah, let's go, let's do it! I see him, I see him! Give me that! And one. One more. And one! Now we're rolling.
Hey, he can ball, huh?
Oh, and one. Focus, focus.
There we go. Okay, let's move on to the next drill.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
Good job. Let's move on to the next drill.
Get started, man. Let's get started. Keep it going. Just like that.
Hey, nice work, fellas. Try to stay a while and get some additional reps in.
As you play NBA 2K20, we want to hear from you, so be sure to follow us on social media and share your experience. We're at NBA2K_2KTV on all of our channels.
And we are thrilled to have Anthony Davis as our NBA 2K20 cover athlete. He held headlines all summer long, and we can't wait to see what he has in store this season. We caught up with him this summer. Let's take a look.
Really really bad news on the injury front today, Hornet. Turns out we've got a worst-case scenario brewing with Kyrie Irving's injury, and he's going to miss a significant chunk of time.
Not worried at all, Hank. I think they'll be just fine.
Come on, Hornet. You and I both know how important he is to their success. They're going to have a hard time bouncing back from this one.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry, Kyrie. Prayers up, brother. Prayers up.
Yeah, appreciate that, H-Man. Coming up next, we're going to talk about Kyrie's injury and how it affects the playoff race. But first, we're going to give you some music to enjoy. This is Hank and the Hornet on 98.9 The Flex.
Get hip or get stuck.
And now, introducing your Orlando Magic. At the small forward position.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the son of longtime NBA assistant coach Brendan Malone, who was on the staff with the late Chuck Daly in Detroit when the Pistons won back-to-back NBA titles. Malone's dad told him not to get into coaching with its nomadic lifestyle and volatility. Michael said, "I knew the pitfalls. My father said, all right, if you're going to be a coach, be a great coach. If you have a passion, you've got to follow that passion." Kevin?
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, DA. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Taking a look at Denver. So far, they've got the fourth best record in the conference.
And you know, for the Nuggets, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final.
Group on the floor for Orlando. Big group substitution here for Denver. Plumlee is checked in for Millsap. Jeremy Grant comes in for Porter. Barton's checked in for Harris. And it's Beasley in for Jamal Murray. Mark, we're seeing more and more young coaches in the NBA. Think this is a trend? Is it completely circumstantial? What's your view on it?
Well, I think you've got more younger coaches that are capable and able to coach. And the league is quite young, too. I think it's a current trend. But we've seen that before in decades past when it seems the wave of coaches are younger. I think it's more or less kind of the cycle of life that we see across a lot of different industries.
Orlando leading. The pass to Ross. Pass to Jay. The baseline Jay. Denver grabs the miss. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
Ross passes to Jay. That one's not going to go. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
Yeah, and they took both games they played against this club last season.
Yeah, Greg, I like this matchup for them. Not a cakewalk. It's not going to be easy, but they clearly have the advantage.
Beasley for three. The shot, no good. And here's Aminu. He brings it up for Orlando. Here's Murray. Nikola Jokic grabs the miss.
And smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jump.
Aminu over to help. Barton kicks to Jokic. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Beasley for 2. Beasley can't get that one to fall. Magic shooting a lowly 30% to start this game out. Pass to Fultz. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Jay. Jokic defending. To the paint. Here's Jay. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Beasley finds Barton with the floater. Rebound by the Magic. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
Live by the three, die by the three. If you're perimeter dependent, you don't really know game to game how it's going to go.
You know, I think the lack of success from the perimeter really did them in. They just couldn't get it going from there.
Beasley dishes to Barton.
2 minutes remaining.
Passes it to Jokic. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic. And Denver also making a switch. Monte Morris is checked in for Nikola Jokic. Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Vucevic checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Jay comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Evan Fournier's checked in for Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
Pretty cool to see Millsap turn shots back. I mean, he's a mobile, athletic, big man who is taking pride in his defensive work.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter in at the small forward.
I guess even he has took this one of those once in a while.
Inside, here's Jay, and they're unable to get the tying basket there.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
To the inside, Porter with the steal, and now the Nuggets. Fast break, here's Murray. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And, you know, really when you look at it, Murray is quite crafty at getting contact on his drives. I like his fearlessness going to the hole.
The Magic making a switch here. Ross is checked in, and so Murray nails both of them.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block. No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves. Terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
The Nuggets leading by 3. On the wing, Harris. But he recovers it. Another shot. Porter trying to free himself up. And it's laid up and in by Harris. Harris has got his first points of the game. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Ross against Porter. Ross passes to Jay. Can't connect from short range.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Millsap. Almost, but it rolls out.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
No good from Jay. Denver's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Harris finds Jokic. Vucevic with the block.
Denied. Return to sender. That's something you expect from a 7-footer like Vucevic.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Now the pass to Jokic. Millsap in the corner. And again, Denver no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Ross has earned his reputation as a team-first guy. Excellent at distributing the ball.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. It's good. Murray's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
You got to be in awe of what he's doing this quarter, actually destroying the opponent.
Pass to Ross. Orlando moving the ball around. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Paul Millsap picks one up. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
It's an excellent starting list. Pass to Fournier.
2 minutes, less than 2 minutes remaining in the quarter.
And there's the whistle, 3-second violation.
And checking out the stats for Jokic. Great showing for him last season. 9th in assists, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And his floor awareness was impeccable last season. As you mentioned, top 10 in assists, just does a great job of getting everyone involved. Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Khem Birch comes in for Nikola Vucevic, and it's Fulton for Augustine.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Harris passes to Millsap. Fournier against Porter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Evan Fournier.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
First one falls for him. And after essentially a redshirt rookie year with the Nuggets, Michael Porter Jr., the 14th pick in the 2018 draft, is back in action.
Could be a huge addition. Remember, Porter was projected as a top 2 pick entering his freshman season at Missouri. If he can stay healthy, you're adding an elite talent to your rotation.
Down low, Millsap with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Here's Harris. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Kevin, for a young player, I like the way Fultz sees the floor. He knows and feels when a guy is open.
Here's Jokic. Rebound by the Magic. Fultz has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
The 9-foot shot, and it's sent back by Millsap, and they're able to recover. To the middle, goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
The Magic shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Martin's checked in for the Nuggets. To the inside, Millsap, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, he's a fighter now, and he's physical, so he'll battle you inside, and Millsap's going to take it right at you. He really forces your hand when you're defending it.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Nuggets shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
He's off on the 2nd.
You don't see him have too many of those trips to the line.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Magic lead by 2. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the 3rd quarter after our halftime.
20 years, no off days, no days off, and I maintain. Ballin' crazy with the hang time. Same time, way back before Maybach. I swear I always had the same drive. I've been stuck off the bus by the landslide. You ain't fly, you won't stand.
Here we go now.
And as we get into this 3rd quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Vucevic. Jay comes in for Gordon. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Isaac. And it's Ross in for Augustine. Big group substitution here for Denver. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Millsap. Martin comes in for Michael Porter. Beasley's checked in for Harris. And Morris subbed in for Murray. They've got Terrence Ross. Jay out there with Mohamed Bamba. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Aminu in at the 3. That's who's out there for Orlando. Morris against Ross. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. That 3 off the mark.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Feeds to Bamba. Jokic with the steal. Fournier against Morris. To the paint. Here's Jokic. It's rebounded by Jay. Jay's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Not sure what he was thinking about with that pass. Just sailed it right out of bounds.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Fournier. Here's Morris. Martin surveying the floor. Passes it to Jokic. Clock at 6. Teardrop shot. Kept alive. A second chance effort.
And, you know, guys, it's really obvious that Jokic wants to keep getting better. I mean, he's got a lot of tools, and I think the sky's the limit.
For Denver, they have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. The first free throw is good.
You'd have to go far and wide to find any fan that doesn't enjoy watching Nikola Jokic play. This big fella is so smooth. He's got guard skills in a big man's body, and his game is so efficient. I love watching him work.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And with Jokic, passing and playmaking, Clark, are his trademarks.
Well, I tell you what, the Joker is some kind of special as a big guy. His passing and touch and field and shot making, he really impressed me with all of that. He does everything you want from a center on the offensive end of the court and does it in his own unique, special way. He's a delight to watch.
And there's the pass to Jay. Tries from 10, and Orlando again with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Grant outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And taking a look at some numbers for Morris, how he did last season. Last year, averaged 10 points per game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And you see Jeremy Grant on this team, he means so much more than just his stats.
He's a fantastic glue guy, and his teammates talk about how unselfish he is on the floor.
Wow! Are you? Oh, my goodness.
Morris with the ball. 2 minutes. Barton outside. Inside, here's Jokic. Excellent D there from Jay.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Count the basket. Jay's got 10 points in just the second half.
And the execution has just been off defensively here in the second. Play after play, it's almost as if they're a step slow.
Barton kicks to Jokic. Bamba with the block.
Guys, that's all athleticism and timing. Bamba, a terrific shot blocker because he uses the physical tools he has quite well.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Magic?
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And it's Jokic missing.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
To me, it appears he's starting to lose his composure. You know, Terrence Ross is a former dunk contest champion. Ross has major levitation time.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Grant outside. And another miss by Denver. And it's Orlando's ball. They're on an 18-7 run. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Man, what a season it was for the Nuggets and Coach Mike Malone. He helped the Nuggets move into elite status in the West. You know, they went from out of the playoffs in 2018 to second in the West in 2019.
Ken Burge is checked in for Orlando. Michael Porter, he's checked in for the Nuggets. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
To the paint, here's Grant. It's blocked, and he gets it back and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line. Jay, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
From deep. That one doesn't drop. So we see Denver get the win here. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and they pulled it out.
Well said. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And so long, everyone.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Free Wi-Fi. Whoa. Heard they tryna steal away. Cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way. Tell my wife she let away.
How we feeling, Che?
I'm good, Coach. Can't complain.
All right, so look, we like what we've seen out of you the past few games. Attention to detail, execution strong, and your motor's up.
I appreciate that, Coach. Thank you.
You're impressing on every level of the organization. All right, head down, keep working.
No doubt.
You guys ready to hammer out this deal?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, here's what they're starting with. Fantastic. Looking forward to a long and healthy relationship.
Me too, man.
Thanks, Che.
You're welcome. See y'all later, all right?
All right.